Dice Company contains fantasy violence, mature themes, and unapologetic bickering. No feelings were hurt in the making of it, but listener discretion is advised. Dice Company will always be free, but it's not free to make. Please consider supporting us on Patreon or Apple Podcasts and get access to our weekly roundtable show Extra Roll. Just follow any of the links in the show notes for this chapter.
Dice Company presents The Call of Cthulhu. It's grim up north. Part 5. The Sea. Yes, that's everything. Put it in the carriage. I shall be along momentarily. What's going on, George? Are you going on a trip? I'm going to Roxness, Clemmy, to the lodge. But it's not hunting season, and... Have you packed up your library? Yes, I have decided it is better located at the lodge than here. There are fewer prying eyes up there. I beg your pardon, George. Was that directed at me? Perhaps a different man than I would be touched that his wife was taking an interest in his passions. But I will not tolerate you sneaking into my library and poking around. And since I'm certain Baxter is in cahoots with you, the only solution is to move the library away. Is that so? Besides, these books are not suitable for a woman. There is dangerous knowledge within that would inexorably damage your cosy little mind, Clementine. Oh dear, George. You do believe yourself to be quite something, do you not? Do you laugh at me? Do not speak to me in such a way. You have no idea who you are dealing with. I have every idea, George. You are a dabbler, a tourist. You have read a handful of forbidden texts and think yourself a wizard. It is hardly a handful. Ha! I doubt you have read a third of them. But take your books, George. I do not need them. Only one has true worth, and I've memorized every word of it. What's that? Every word.
Yana Kadish to Nilgiri Stelpsna Dagon Kian fled. You're mad. I shall not tolerate this. I am leaving.
That's right, George. Run away to your lodge. Regroup and convince yourself you are a great man once more. I can wait. I can wait.
I'm going to drive down the driveway and then I think we're turning right to head back to town.
So what's happening in the car as this manoeuvre takes place? You've got Aloyicius, presumably kind of quite focused. Just tough driving conditions out there.
Captain Chomodeley is, he's got a seatbelt on and he is, with a shaky hand, trying to reload his revolver.
Vyvyan, with his floppy, rain-drenched hair, is kind of shivering and desperately trying to light a cigarette. But the lighter, because he's shivering so much and panicking, and he angrily takes the cigarette out of his mouth and throws it onto the floor of the car. Would I have any idea what that was? Like, with my history, would I have any understanding of a creature like that?
You could try a Cthulhu Mythos roll if you would like to.
I would love to do that.
What have you got in Mythos?
Well, I rolled a 91.
That's a regular failure. So that could have gone badly, couldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would have looked. Like mental breakdown of some kind?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can roll against your regular occult as well.
Okay, let's try that. 36 against 55 for a success.
So this isn't something that has come up in any of your reading. Crowley doesn't talk about this stuff. It's not in any of the esoteric literature that you've picked up. It's not something that you've understood from astrology or from the various fortune tellers that you've spoken to, or any of the table rappers that you visited haven't talked about this kind of phenomena. But it felt extremely real. Admittedly, you're quite a credulous person in that, you've been experimenting with all sorts of esoterica and have probably been taken in by quite a few tricksters, as well as coming across some people with genuine power. But you're convinced that this wasn't, a trick of your collective imagination or a hallucination. It wasn't someone dressed up. There's stuff going on here that is genuinely incomprehensible, and you think maybe you kind of want to think about it and try and understand and try and process what you've just seen. But then you get a little bit frightened about trying to do that, because this is much more real than anything you've ever encountered before.
Yeah. I think back to the tall, shadowy figure from when I was younger. I think about Father and my constant pursuit for knowledge, and how it was sort of entertainment for a time. It was exciting and interesting and allowed me to meet with fascinating people. And this is none of those things. This is horror, fear of a visceral level. And I take out another cigarette and desperately try to...
And this feels maybe a bit unkind, but I think your moment of introspection might lead to a sanity roll.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's tough to argue, isn't it, really? I'll tell you what, Vyvyan is made of sterner stuff. 37 against 55 for another success.
Yeah, so this time around, the cigarette lights, and you're able to distract yourself with the deep inhalation of the nicotine.
I slump back into my chair and I exhale, and just watch the plumes dance in the darkness in front of me.
Captain Chomodeley's going to turn to Vyvyan in the seat next to him, and ask her, Vyvyan, what did Clemmy mean? I strangely, she seemed like a different person. I was a bit distracted with it was the large, I think, Russian men. I think there's a type of wrestler I've seen before called a sumo, Russian definitely. But it was Clemmy, wasn't it?
I mean, I'll be honest, that's kind of what Mama has always been like. I don't know why you're surprised. With a deep drag.
I wouldn't go to just glance around at the Mama bit, because, she did seem like a Mama to me.
We'd been corresponding for some time. It seemed very different in the letters. I don't know what to do. Where are we going? Professor, where are you driving us?
I was thinking about heading back to town. Well, just basically get away from there.
Good idea. There was a boat. We're meant to get on a boat, aren't we? Should we still do that?
I don't know. It seems like a
lifetime ago.
Going along with Clemmy's plan would be an awful idea now.
Agreed. Do I have the book? Do I have the box? Do I have anything from the house?
Shotgun. Regret.
I don't think you picked up anything of any particular value, no. You managed to get Aloyicius's History of Egypt.
It's a good read.
I think we should head back to town, have a drink, calm our nerves, and then return to the house once we're calm. I'm sure it'll be fine if we go back.
We should probably call the police as well, shouldn't we?
No, we don't want to get the police involved. We dealt with the police on the way in, and you see how untrustworthy they are.
Oh, he weren't a police officer.
You think maybe military intelligence? They're Russians in the countryside, in my country.
Well, there we are. Who can we trust? Just each other, gentlemen, I would suggest.
We never actually got to the bottom of what they were doing there, though. Them officers, well, that officer. He did seem like he wanted to stop us going to the house, but he didn't really tell us why. And we never really got to the bottom of that.
He might have been part of the covert operation. Maybe some kind of spy.
Captain, have a cigarette, Captain. I think we need to have a chat about what's just happened.
I don't normally smoke, Captain Chumley says as his shaking hand, reaches out, takes the cigarette back and has a massive drag on it and then proceeds to cough profusely.
At the point where he said he did the smoke, I'm just going to reach around and hit him with one of my pipettes of morphine.
What do you tap my hand with?
Might make you a drive roll for that. Letting go of the wheel.
Yeah, I've never casually injected a passenger with drugs whilst driving, but I can't imagine it's easy. Yes, there's a covert military operation. I think that someone in the Home Office. I'm sure there are contacts that we could get in touch with. We need a phone. Yes, a phone call.
I think we should be very careful about whom we make a phone call to. I don't know who we can trust. I feel relatively safe that I can trust you both.
Well, of course.
On that.
Seen action together now.
On that.
Professor?
Obviously, I was only following your mother's request. She wrote me a letter and she demanded that I got this item from the house and delivered it to her. Obviously, I'm in no interest in upholding that now, so I'll give it to you. And it was a pocket watch. I think it's your dad's pocket watch. So, yeah, to gain your trust
I take the pocket watch and play with it in my hands for a moment. Does it look expensive?
The letter said it was very expensive.
I grip it tightly and I just whisper, "Oh, Papa." And then I put it into my inner pocket very safely and then kind of sit with my hand on the watch over my pocket.
At this point, I think you're probably arriving at the gates. And as you swing round to make a right turn, you see a set of headlights coming towards you in the opposite direction.
Are they going fast?
Reasonably fast, yeah.
You do know you're meant to drive on the left, Professor?
Yes.
Professor, stop! There's lights!
I'm going to carry on driving to see if they follow.
They're coming the opposite direction to you, so you're going to see if they go past and swing round.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. Guns at the ready, guys.
Are you accelerating, slowing down, same speed?
I'm going to drive as if I would drive, yeah, just legally.
Just a casual guy out for a drive. And as you approach the headlights, you can see the car coming towards you is slowing down and drawing to a halt.
How far in front?
As you approach, so I guess they're like about 20 yards away.
What do you think, guys? Should we stop or should we just go?
Lead to the side.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop, 10 yards away, and I'm going to look out the window and shout, is everything all right?
So the driver's door opens. Because it's quite dark, you haven't been able to make out who is driving up to this point until they step out of the car. And as they step out, you can see that it is the familiar face of Naomi Baxter.
Ah.
She gets out of the driver's seat and starts walking.
So Captain is going to be keeping an eye out for weapons, mainly. I'm assuming she's not just there, like, carrying a
Bazooka.
rifle or anything. Yeah.
She's not. She's got an umbrella. She's got her umbrella up, and she is crouched and kind of scuttles towards you in the way that someone in the pouring rain might. And she leans over the driver's window and goes, "Professor, I was starting to wonder where you'd all got to. You've been rather a long time, and I heard noises coming from the house. I thought I heard gunshots, which seemed very unlikely, but now looking at all of you, it feels less unlikely, as you all seem to be holding weapons. What in the world is going on?
Vyvyan found his dad's armory, and Captain Chomodeley wanted to show us his shooting, so we just had a bit of fun. Am I pulling that off?
In the dark, in the pouring rain?
I've got to be ready in any weather or conditions in the army.
Which of you is going to do me a charisma?
Well, it probably shouldn't be me, but
I haven't said a word, so it can't be me.
Well, you know exactly. Chomodeley or Parkins, you can choose. And I would let you go for persuade or charm or fast talk.
15 for charm. I don't think I'm going to be good at any of these. 10 for persuade and 5 for fast talk.
I've got some.
Pretty sure you're up.
I've got some bad news for you there. You have the exact same scores as the captain.
Oh wow. Okay.
The bad news is Vyvyan should really have opened his mouth.
Yeah, I got 17 across the board. as a minimum.
So I rolled a super low 25, but versus 15, that is a failure.
Did you? I mean, you could use some luck if you want, or you could. I mean, you could push it, I suppose.
I'll use 10 points of luck. I'm quite lucky at the moment, down to 37 luck. Okay, so we pass. Somehow we've convinced her that we were doing night shooting.
Baxter gives you a hard look and then just says, "Boys, forever boys, aren't you?"
Oh, well, now that you mention it, we were about to go back to the pub. It's a bit late for a gin and tonic now. Maybe more stout weather, I think.
Very well. I can see you've left the gate unlocked. I imagine you've left the house open, have you? Did you shut off the light gas?
Everything's off. Door's shut. It's just the gate's open, but it's fine.
Yeah, no need to go up there. We've closed up.
Forgive me for not quite believing you. I'll go and do a check. I'll meet you back in the pub. Good evening.
Good evening.
And she gets back in her car and starts to drive towards the house.
Well, we got fun over here. We can't leave her.
Absolutely not. Back to the pub. That's where safety is.
Give me that watch back.
Absolutely not. This is my watch. It's my birthright. You can't possibly be seriously considering going back there. We all saw that thing. It wasn't Russians. It was gigantic fish people.
I mean, they had very clammy skin, but fish people aren't a thing, Vyvyan. Some Russians are malnourished and huge.
Open your eyes, Captain.
Captain, that was a monster.
Believe what you see.
Monstrous. I'll grant you that, but fish people?
Yes, people with fish parts. Like mermaids, but horrific. This can't be the first time you've heard it.
You also see Clemmy just pop out of nowhere and then disappear, and, we couldn't stop her. Something eerie going on over there.
I will admit it was unusual, but fish people?
I'm going to smack him in the face.
I'm all right with it.
I mean, you can try and dodge if you see this, if you think you might see this coming, but
I mean, we're in the small confines of a car, aren't we? I think Captain Chomodeley's probably more internally focused at the moment on his memory of they would definitely I think just very large men, bulbous eyes.
Vyvyan reaches over and slaps you hard.
Wake up, Captain!
Okay, Chomodeley reels back. You see him, like one of his hands, dart down, draw the rather. It's like a bayonet / Bowie knife of style thing. It's clearly like he's a German bayonet he must have picked up during the war, and sort of hold it to the ready before he realizes what's going on.
At the sight of the bayonet, Vyvyan's going to open the car door and get out. Captain, I need you to calm down. Put the knife away.
So at this point, Baxter had got out, gone back to her car, started the engine and started driving towards the gates. But now she's seen you get out, so she stops the car because obviously she thinks that you're trying to get her attention or something. It's a very confusing action that you've taken there. So she's now a bit closer to the gates than you are. If you wanted to bring your car back to her, you'd have to reverse, if that makes sense.
I don't want to. I want to make sure I don't get stabbed.
So she gets out the car and says, were you trying to get my attention?
No, terribly sorry. And as I turn, I'd have to turn to face her, presumably, because I'm facing the car at the moment. And as I turn, I'm going to close the door so that she can't see the captain with holding the knife.
As you do so, you hear the captain say, good grief, have you seen this blood?
What?
And then the car door closes.
What are you doing? What?
Boys being boys, Naomi. You know how it is. get guns, you do a bit of night shooting, and things descend as they always do into horseplay and fooling around.
Why did you just get out of the car?
I just wanted to make sure that you were going to get to the gate safely. I know how tricky it can be for women drivers. No, I know how tricky it can be to drive in this weather.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you're not a gentleman, and, well, you've proven that, haven't you? I think you're going to need to do a check here, because this is just this obvious bullshit.
What check, Keeper?
I think fast talk.
Oh my god. I failed with a 71 against 70. I'm going to use a point of luck to make that into a success, please.
She's not looking very convinced, because your stories just aren't great, but she kind of shakes it off as if she's kind of choosing to be convinced and says, well, is there anything else?
Have you spoken to Mother recently? And I'm going to walk closer to her as I have this conversation.
Well, of course not, since I was in Norfolk.
What was the last thing that you spoke about with her?
Normal things, the arrangements for this trip, getting you aboard the Sterling, getting the lodge packed up. You know, the usual.
Has she been at all acting in a mysterious manner or strange? Have you noticed her behaviour change at all in the last few months?
What's that supposed to mean?
Just a dutiful son looking out for his mother?
Come now, Vyvyan. You know I'm not a fool. Please don't treat me as such.
I apologise. I'm just concerned that might be unwell and it's affecting her behaviour.
Well, with the greatest respect, how do you know, Vyvyan? When was the last time you spoke to her?
She doesn't make it easy for me to speak to her, you know. Easy to take her side in these things, but it takes two to tango.
Well, she writes you letters and you don't reply, or you don't give her a forwarding address, so she doesn't know where to write. I struggle to see her failure in this.
And so I suppose it's all my fault, is it? Everything. Always my fault. Stupid Vyvyan.
What are you talking about, Vyvyan?
I don't know! I just walk around slightly angrily. I think the stress of the situation is getting to me.
Baxter looks at Vyvyan quizzically, and then I think she's going to go over to your car and open the back door and say, Captain, is Vyvyan quite all right?
When she sees inside the car, Captain Chomodeley is showing his knife to the professor and saying, look, it's blue. There's not much there, but it's a faint blue colour.
Russians are cold, aren't they?
And then open the door and says, so, how can I help you?
What is going on here?
Sorry, you said something about Vyvyan. Vyvyan's quite all right. A bit of a shock, I suppose.
What was the shock?
Oh, but he had his knife. Captain Chumley had his knife, and we were doing that game where you put your hand out and you know, put the knife between your fingers as quick as you can, and Captain nearly lost a finger. Vyvyan's a bit freaked out.
Everyone's okay.
What's blue? Blood?
No, no. Of course, blood's red. Yes.
The joke Captain Chumley just said.
Blood's red, obviously. There's he's also holding like a handkerchief which has got a blue staining on it. He says, "Oh, just something I wiped in the house. This must be ink or something. I'm sure."
She turns back to Vyvyan and says, "What is going on here? You all look like absolute hell. None of you are making any sense whatsoever. There's something peculiar happening, and what is happening?"
Shall we tell her?
Yeah, maybe.
We're all really high.
I say, Vyvyan, maybe should we leave before you can't? The Russians aren't there, are they?
Russians?
Do I trust Naomi?
Yes.
I'm going to stride up behind her, spin her around, and I'm going to say, Naomi, I get the feeling you don't like me, and we can litigate how fair that is an opinion. Unfair, by the way. But I need to tell you something, and I'm about to tell you the truth. I need you to not interrupt me, and not tell me that I'm mad, or that I've taken any illicit drugs or materials, although I have done both of those things. But this is the Lord's honest truth, and I will be backed up by two far more respectable people than me. Are you ready?
I don't know, but...
Just while this is going on, I am just keeping a watchful eye out just to see if that monster, comes and attacks us while we're all just standing there with our lights on. And
the captain's going to also join in that and look like he's ready with his revolver as well.
Both of you can do spot hiddens if you like.
Well, the captain fails. 65 versus 25.
36 against 40. I pass.
Very nice. So you look out. It's not easy to see a great deal because it's still dark and raining, but you are pretty confident that you are not being followed towards the road.
So, Naomi, are you ready for the truth?
She looks at you steadily and says, I don't know, Vyvyan, but I suppose there's no other choice really, is there?
No, there isn't. The truth is, there are gigantic fish people back there from the depths of hell that have been summoned by Mother, who I think is a witch!
She doesn't look quite as surprised as you might have expected.
What?
And
I knew it! This conspiracy goes all the way to the top.
she says, fish people?
Possibly Russians.
They're not Russians.
Why do you suspect your mother?
Because we saw her appear and disappear from thin air
I saw her.
moments ago.
She was here. Good Lord.
What do you know, Naomi? You know something.
I don't know a great deal. I do know. I believe your mother is quite powerful. She's very knowledgeable. I suspect about things she shouldn't be knowledgeable about. She doesn't let me know very much. She lets me know that she is powerful because then I'm in her power. Do you understand? I know that were I to betray her, to speak of things, to go to the authorities she knows that I know, she can punish me. I believe your father was a dabbler in the occult. I believe that suited your mother rather well because nobody took him seriously, and that meant that nobody looked at her. I don't know quite what she can do, but I fear what the limits of her power are. She has some sort of affinity with the sea. She's out on the coast late at night. I hear terrible noises near the house in Norfolk. I don't understand. There's one other thing. I don't know if this is relevant to now, but I believe there's a child in the house. Not here, in your family home. I'm sure I've heard a child, but I've never seen it. She keeps it hidden from me.
Is it
That's all I know.
brother or a sister?
And she shrugs like that's taken quite a lot out of her.
Sudden realization that Vyvyan is not an only child and therefore the most important solely is taking quite a toll on him, and he lets go of Naomi and just wanders in the rain, just aimlessly off away from the car.
What happened at the house? Aloyicius, James, what's really going on?
Well,
You saw Clementine.
indeed, she was mean.
Mean?
Yes. I remember Clemmy as a girl from school, and we've corresponded quite significantly over the years, and I've never seen her be so cruel.
Cruel how? What did she say? What did she do?
She was very cold, very dismissive. I think she tried to murder us with those Russians, sturgeons, I suppose.
This whole thing was a ploy just to get us to do her bidding.
So my memory's a little bit foggy. I think the professor may have jabbed me with morphine.
But I don't understand. I had instructions to put you on the boat to get you down to the family house. Why is she taking...
I think if we had got on that boat, we would have sunk.
What?
Is that something? Professor, did...
Yeah, she definitely wanted us on the boat, and that's where she was going to kill us all.
Yes.
Good Lord. I mean, I didn't know that. So you must believe me. I didn't know that. I know I organised the boat. I had no idea.
Is there any way we can know she's telling the truth? Is there a check?
Psychology. Like a psychology kind of thing.
Psychology. Failure. 69 against 30. I know nothing.
No, I mean, she looks stressed and upset, but you don't know her well enough to know if she's a good enough actor to be able to do that.
All I can say is I think you need to come with us to the pub, have a drink. We'll rethink what we're going to do.
To the pub?
You can't go to the house.
Why? What's happened at the house?
Well, the sturgeon might still be there.
I must see it. And she starts striding towards the house. She's suddenly kind of fixated on that. It's a plan of action. It's a thing that she can do to see whether this is true or not. And she's walking towards the house at pace.
Okay, the captain's going to stop her. He'll grab one of her hands, stop her from walking, and say, "No, that really is not a good idea. We should definitely leave. The professor's right. It's dangerous."
What are you going to do?
Tool up, come back, fuck you up.
Professor?
Classic professor speak.
Yeah.
No, we're just going to consider our options. Ultimately, we got one revolver,
A shotgun.
a knife, and a weakling, and a selfish person over there. We're not equipped to deal with what we just see.
Very, very well, I suppose. Well, what if... I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. What if she's making plans? What if she's circling the wagons, so to speak? What if she's preparing too, while you prepare?
What do we think, guys? Listen, I'm a bit concerned that like Vyvyan and everyone's just wandering around and walking away. Can we huddle up, guys?
You can't see Vyvyan. Vyvyan's wandering back towards the house.
Okay, right, I'm going to hold Naomi here. Captain, can't get Vyvyan back here.
Okay, right, on it. And Captain will sort of, jog.
So I hadn't realised you'd gone back towards the house. Were you trying to do that subtly, or are you just...
At first, I was just walking off. I was considering what life would be like no longer as an only child. And then I thought everything about my birthright is back at the house.
So, Harry, give me a tracking roll, please.
You're going to be good at that, surely.
I mean, I'd hope so. He's fucking military.
You understand. The mud. There was no way to track people. Oh, he's hopped the wall. I'll circle round to go and see.
So you think that, guessing that he might be heading back towards the house because where else would he be going, kind of thing, but you don't have any particular insight as to where he is. So you're guessing rather than tracking.
Right, yeah, so the captain he'll sort of like do a rudimentary search pattern. There was a gate, so there must be a wall or fence or something. So he'll walk along there and he'll do that thing where people are trying to shout someone's name, but they also really don't want to be heard by someone else. So it's like a pronounced whisper that is quite ineffective. Vyvyan, where are you? Vyvyan.
How about an idea roll from Vyvyan then? Not an idea roll? A listen roll, sorry.
And that is a success, 28 against 30.
So you can hear that Captain Chomodeley is behind you and trying to get your attention. And you can do with that what you will.
I like the captain, and I don't want him to be worried. So I'm going to yell back, not trying to mask my voice. There's no need to worry, Captain. I know how it sounds, but I have to go back. Since we left that place, the house, ever since I was a child, it's never let me go. And it's like an inevitable orbit. That is where I came from, and that is where I must be. For if I'm not there, then I'm nothing. I hope that makes sense.
You hear a loud response of, I don't know that it does. Professor, he's going back to the house. I'll try and catch up to him. Then the captain will run after where he thought the voice was coming from.
At this point, am I right in saying that there's a rifle or a shotgun or some weapon in the boot of the car?
So Vyvyan had the shotgun, didn't he? Has he left it in the car, or
I left it in the car.
Yeah, so it'll be in the back seat.
I'm going to grab the shotgun.
He's making some choices, isn't he, Vyvyan?
I'm going to grab the shotgun and say to Naomi that it appears we're going back to the house. So, let's go. And I follow after the captain.
One thing, Parkins, as you say, I guess we're going back to the house. Baxter pulls away from you and says, You're looking for Clementine. I'm not. No. If you believe she's here, I'm not coming. I'm sorry. I can't. And she hotfoots it back to her car.
Probably the sensible move.
I let her go.
Also a sensible move.
So you're all walking towards the house, right?
Well, I mean, if I catch up to Vyvyan, yes.
What speed are you going at, Vyvyan? Are you running? Are you walking? Are you
I'm walking
doing
with
the worm?
purpose.
Okay.
Doing the worm. I'm striding with purpose, but I'm not running.
Then Captain Chomodeley is going to do an awkward, fast walk, breaking into slow jog, then going back down to fast walk, and then back up to a slow jog until he catches up with Vyvyan.
You probably catch up with him just as you're approaching the front step. It is eerily quiet.
Vyvyan, no sign of the fish Russians.
No.
You can see. So yeah, you can see the corpse of the creature that you killed still lying in the front garden there.
Captain Chomodeley will, whilst with his revolver drawn, is going to go up and give the thing a little kick to make sure it's dead.
Yeah, it doesn't move. There's no response. It's clearly dead.
Quick look around just to make sure nothing's going to ambush him, and then he's going to look to see what colour the blood is from this thing's injuries.
Yeah, a glance around. There's no sign of movement or sound or anything. So you bend down, and its blood is blue.
So some fish is blue, most fish is red blood, but I just thought it'd be fun. There are some fish with with blue blood.
Yeah, its blood is blue. You don't think this is a Russian, unless you believe Russians have blue blood, in which case
Only the nobility. He'll return to Vyvyan and say, I'm assuming it looked very much like a fish.
an appalling kind of half fish, half man abomination to your mind. You find it very difficult to actually get your head around what it could possibly be. It was repellent. You're struggling to kind of hold back nausea. It's not like anything you've ever seen before. It doesn't feel like something natural or of this world. Quite difficult to hold it together, having spent some time looking directly at it. You know, the adrenaline of the fight has worn off now. Yeah, you're baffled.
Captain Chomodeley will return to Vyvyan and just sort of calmly show him his fingers covered in this blue blood, and will say, "You were right. Not Russian, I think. Not Russian."
And I think perhaps at this point, do you remember your little bout of madness in the previous one where you started kind of chuckling hysterically?
I thought you wouldn't remember.
I think maybe that starts to drift back up to the surface again.
I suppose at least they're not. At least they're not Russians. What would they? Why would they be here?
And I think at this point, Parkins shuffles up a little way back. Obviously, you make it to the front door in time to see the weird sight of Captain James Chomodeley chuckling away to himself.
And he'll show you his fingers. Look, it's blue.
I show him another little pipette of morphine and sort of gestures towards him as if he wants it.
No, we have to keep our wits about us.
I'm going to use it on myself. Because I've just had the realisation that we left the car in the middle of the road back there, and
It's our main escape vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah. Doors open, engine probably still on, battery draining from the lights.
I'm probably just going to suggest that we're all in then, I suppose.
Yes, I must speak to Mother. I must.
You want to speak to?
Understand. To Clemmy, to Mother.
You are aware that I'm going to shoot her as soon as I see her.
I don't think she'll allow that, Professor.
Is she here?
Mother!
Why don't you all give me spot hidden or track as you look around the garden area?
That's a success for Chomodeley. 20 on spot hidden.
It's an extreme success for the Right Honourable Vyvyan Wilmot with a 4 against 35.
I was looking at the wrong one there.
Yeah.
I pressed spot hidden at the same time as the professor. It's a pretty bad failure for Captain Chomodeley. He rolled a 94 rather than a 20.
Well, Captain Chomodeley's a bit hysterical. It's not reasonable that he's not at his most observant.
He can at least see the funny side of the situation.
It is a hard success for Aloyicius. 20 against 40.
And an extreme for Vyvyan. So, yeah, you glance around you, and quite quickly, Aloyicius, you see that the second of the monstrous creatures, obviously he was injured in that battle that you fought, and you can see a trail of blood, so leading towards the cliffs. And with your extreme success, Vyvyan, you can see that in the lawn, in the wet of the lawn, alongside that trail of blood, a set of small footsteps that you would imagine might well belong to a human woman.
Look, these footsteps, they must be Mother's. Mother! Mother! And I start to follow the footsteps towards the cliffs.
Captain will follow him with the revolver sort of held in both hands ready.
I'm going to follow with the shotgun.
do you even know how to use that thing?
Probably the spray, right?
The captain makes sure that he's walking slightly behind the professor.
Yeah, actually, on that point, I'm probably going to keep the finger on the barrel of the gun rather than in the, I don't know what you called it, away from the trigger, basically.
So you head out. You got any lights?
I have a flashlight.
Yep. We all have torches. Well, at least Captain Chumley does. How about the professor?
Vyvyan does. Vyvyan will take out his flashlight, point it down to the ground where he saw the footsteps, and then begin to follow them.
The weak light of your torches doesn't go far. You're away from any of the lights from the village now, and it's a wild night. It weakly lights up a small distance in front of you as you head towards the cliff, following the trail of blood and the footsteps. When you get to the top of the cliff, you can see that there is a narrow path leading down to the pebble beach, and on the beach you can see a faint light. It's too far away for you to identify exactly what it is, but there's definitely a source of light coming from the beach.
Is that the boat?
No, it appears to be on land rather than on the actual beach itself rather than out at sea.
It's a fire, isn't it? Culty shit going on. Yeah.
Vyvyan loves it. He's all over that. Vivian's going to speed up to head towards it.
So you're heading down the cliffside path.
Yes. In the rain, at night, with a shit flashlight, while high.
I get slightly mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have talked me into a role, yeah. Yeah, well done.
That wasn't actually my goal, but okay.
I mean, it felt like it was your goal.
Captain Chumley's just going to mumble to himself as they're walking down this path. And Miss Baxter say something about the power of the sea.
The sea obviously is very, very powerful in esoteric circles. Life giver, Captain, life giver.
Would Aloyicius, like, he's well read, obviously spent his life in a library, would he have read up on occult type stuff, you would wonder?
You're welcome to roll.
His surname isn't Cartier-Bouton, is it?
Oh, a 5-year-old cult.
You've not got a lot.
No. So I was thinking more about if I would have read anything on it.
You can give me like an intelligence roll if you want.
It is a hard success. 14 over 65.
You've not read anything specific, but you're a smart guy. You are heading towards the ocean. Those creatures were quite fishy. You can put two and two together as to where they may have come from, logically.
Liverpool.
I'm going to relay this to the captain. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to announce the captain. Just go, we're heading to sea. Them things are fishy. And with what Naomi said around having an affinity with the sea, this seems like it could get quite dangerous.
I can see why they made you a professor. Well, we'll be on our guard.
14, I forgot the DM that told me what I did.
Metagaming!
You say you hear voices in your head.
Just come to me.
So, talk to me about how you're making your way down this cliff path. What order are you in?
Well, I think the captain's at the back.
Yeah, I'm definitely leading it, I think.
I'm going to stay close to Vyvyan, if not try and get in front of him. But yeah, I'm going to
I'm not
go
running.
as fast as a 58-year-old man can go, I suppose.
I'm not running down the path, so if you really wanted to get ahead, you could definitely do that.
I think I want to get ahead. I'm going to do it subtly, though. Just mosey on past him. And
Give me a luck roll.
That doesn't feel good.
Well, as discussed, you are travelling down a very narrow, steep cliffside path in the middle of the night, and you're trying to push past someone.
Roll a failure and splat.
that is a regular failure, 60 over 40.
You'll be fine.
So as you try to push past Vyvyan, you slip on the muddy path, and I think you tumble and crack your knee. So I think take one damage on that one, 1 hit point, excuse me. But also you cause a kind of a shower of pebbles to fall, which makes a loud clattering noise. So you suspect that if anyone wasn't sure that you were coming, they're pretty sure they know you're.
Down the large shouts of "Mother! Mother!"
Yeah, that didn't help.
So the question is, would Vyvyan rush to help the professor, who he does like, but he's quite focused on getting down to the beach to see Mother?
Well, I mean, obviously Captain Chomodeley's going to rush to help him, so that might affect his.
Cool. Vyvyan's going to continue to the beach.
I say, Vyvyan, two of us would be much easier to. Vyvyan, Professor, I think he may have been losing his marbles.
I must find Mother.
Can I perform first aid on myself?
You can. You'd have to stop and,
Oh no, stop that. I'll get up and carry on.
You
walking.
could use a bit of help from Captain Chomodeley. So maybe if Chomodeley's offering, maybe you could you could put your arm around him and he can help you down.
Well, yeah, I think that's sort of more the thing he's going to do rather than employ his medicine skill of one.
Sounds wise.
They've accidentally cut 2 of your fingers off.
Captain, could you give me a hand? I've happened to fallen over.
No worries. I'll just inspect you for wounds. You all your limbs. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Well, I'll help you down this cliff, I guess. You sure we should be going down here?
I think we have to go after
Does
Vyvyan.
seem awfully dangerous.
Vyvyan doesn't seem himself. I think as much as Clemmy was lying for all her letters, I think she did bring us here to look after Vyvyan, so I feel like we should.
Mother! Mother!
Vyvyan, what are you doing?
I'm shouting Mother and heading down the cliffside.
Excellent.
I feel like at this stage I've gone over the edge, so to speak, mentally, not actually, of the cliff.
Yep.
And
It's okay. I'm sure that'll follow.
I now have a hyper focus on finding Mother to get her to teach me what she knows so that I can finally feel like I belong somewhere. This is obviously what the problem has always been. I haven't been forthcoming enough to Mother and Father. I've actually treated them poorly, and had I been a good son, they would have gifted some of their powers and wealth to me. It's clear to me now. And I'm not going to let my new sibling take that money and power. It's mine.
So you are hurrying down the steps, and as you arrive at the bottom, give me a spot hidden.
Ugh. That is a failure. 77 against 35.
So in your haste, you are not paying a huge amount of attention to your surroundings, and so you do not notice the creature launch itself at you as you arrive at the beach.
It's your mum.
Mother?
It's not your mum. Yeah, you feel just a crash against your back as the monster launches itself at you and slashes at you with its claws, dealing. It's a surprise attack, so it just hits 4 hit points of damage.
That's a
Pretty
lot.
powerful.
Digs its claw into your shoulder, and you feel a searing pain as these claws go deep into the flesh.
Eesh. Only have 30 hit points.
You have 30 hit points.
You're
No, I'm
30.
So, yeah.
I was going to say. Absolute
Hench
tank.
Chumley.
Get off. I'm going to attempt to wrestle the creature off me if I can.
Professor, there seems to be some kind of altercation up ahead. I hope it's not more of the sturgeon creatures.
Let's go.
Yeah, so what, your dexterity, so yours is 60, Parkins is also 60, the captain's is
25.
25. So, Vyvyan, you get to act first. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna. So is the fish creature still on me at the moment with its claws jabbed into my shoulder?
No, so it's launched itself at you, stuck its claws in, and pulled it out. So you're free. You're staggered backward. So you're 2 or 3 feet away from it, catching your breath as it prepares to attack you again.
I'm gonna sprint away from it as fast as I can, hopefully towards the strange light that is somewhere further on.
Right, you are fleeing.
Yeah, I think I'd be quite scared.
Yeah,
at
that
this
seems
point,
reasonable.
because my focus, I was very focused for a moment, which obviously allowed me to be blindsided, and now gigantic fish monsters attacking. I'm unarmed, cold, wet. I've got some crappy sibling stealing my money and my power. I simply will not stand for it.
Vyvyan sucks, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's not great. I feel like I was gifted a particularly broken, psychological character.
So essentially you can flee, and it might come after you in your next turn, but you can get away. It's not like you get an attack of opportunity or anything like that. So yeah, you start sprinting towards the light that you can see on the beach. Parkins, what are you going to do?
Obviously, because we had a kerfuffle, I'm going to move as fast as I can towards the kerfuffle.
All right, so you can see what's happened. Like, you're not so far away that you can't tell. You saw the creature attack Vyvyan. You've seen Vyvyan stumble away and start to run.
I can see the creature.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move as close as I can to the creature so I feel comfortable taking a shot with a shotgun.
So, as your action, you can either move as close towards it as you can, feeling comfortable, or you can have a shot. You haven't got time to do both.
How far away am I?
You're not far, so I would say you've got maybe 10 steps to go
Oh, okay, yeah.
to reach the bottom of this flight of steps. So it's not an unreasonable shot by any means.
Is Vyvyan away, far enough away from it that I'm not going to accidentally shoot him?
Not unless something absolutely catastrophic happens with your shot.
That could happen.
Why would you tempt that?
Because it's fun.
So mean, keeper.
Right, this is an outrageous. I don't know why. I'm going mad, so this is probably why I feel like I can use a shotgun with a stat of 15.
Oh,
So here goes. I'm going to use luck points to pass that. So
Wow.
it was a 17 against 15 for a failure. But I can use 3 luck points.
You can use 2 luck.
2 luck.
You only need to use 2. Yeah.
That brings my luck down to 38.
Nice. Very nice.
I pull the shotgun up. I shoot it. I'm going to say that I don't do it gracefully. Like, that thing kicks me back and I'm always shocked by it. Hands go up in the air, flailing, but somehow I managed to...
Grief, looks like just blind luck. Definitely does not know how to use that thing.
the professor looks like an absolute badass while the trained military man is just laughing intermittently.
Yeah, so the creature didn't see this coming whatsoever. So you can just roll for damage.
So a 12.
So yeah, you swing the shotgun up and fire. You're not particularly skilled with this weapon, but you must have had a slice of luck because you blow a hole in its stomach. It doesn't appear to be dead, but it is writhing on the ground in agony.
I subtly and very cockily gonna cock the shotgun, throw it to Captain J. Chumley and go, you finish him off.
I love the professor's kind of coming into his own as an action hero.
The captain he'll use his revolver just to put a slug in its head. I assume this is a coup de grace sort of move rather than.
Are you doing that from your position on the steps?
No, walk up to it. If it's clearly completely incapacitated and not a danger, then yeah, he will put it out of its misery.
I'm not going to make you roll for that. Yeah, you simply walk up to it and put a bullet in its head. Yeah, you can see that actually that is a kindness to an extent in the state that it was in.
We'll look around and see if we can either see any more of these creatures, the flashlight, so we're not attacked again.
No, you don't see any around you at the moment.
Vivian, where's Professor? Where's Vivian gone?
I don't know, but seeing that you didn't use my shotgun, I'm going to take it back.
You might want to be aware of the number of bullets that you have expended. Pretty sure you've used that shotgun twice, for example.
Fortunately, the captain has a case of ammunition for us.
No, I think you used it previously, didn't you? Or have you just got it out?
So I didn't actually have any bullets, did I?
They're in the back of the
bullets
car.
were.
The shells for the shotgun are in the back of the car. I don't think... How did we get it out of the car? It was only as we were... Was it as we were leaving, or did we took it into the house, didn't we?
No, I don't think we did take it into the house. I think you took it out of the boot once we jumped out the window and ran to the car.
In which case the shells will be in the back of the car still.
How many times has it been fired? Can I remember?
I've fired it once, so it's whether anyone else fired it before.
I think it was used before, wasn't it?
But it needs reloading in that case.
I'm going to turn it on its end and use it as a whacking stick.
Better than nothing.
And Vivian, you are sprinting towards the light, and as you come towards it, you can see that it is your mother, Clementine. She stands behind a fire that is burning on the beach. Her feet are in rock pools, so she's up to her ankles in water. She has a wild look in her eyes, and she is chanting a strange chant in a language that you don't recognise. It's incantatory. It's kind of captivating.
Realising that I can't get her attention while she's chanting, I'm in an excruciating amount of pain. I just fall to my knees in front of the fire, gripping my shoulder, and I just watch her in awe.
She continues her chant. She appears barely aware of your presence. And Chumley and Parkins, you hurry up behind Vyvyan, taking in this peculiar scene.
Do you have that rifle, Captain?
Rifle? No, my revolver and the shotgun from the car, which you're holding upside down, just so you know.
It's out of bullets.
Shells, technically, but I see your point. There's more in the back of the car.
Oh, I'll just go back again.
Doesn't seem the time now, does it?
I'm wondering, do we whack her on the back of the head, stop her chanting, put her out to sea? You think?
Seems awfully rude, but...
Well, that was a step down from you going up behind her and shooting her in the back of the head with a revolver, but...
I can see your reasoning. It does seem alarming, doesn't it? Perhaps that wouldn't be the worst idea, to be honest. He looks at the professor and says, do you want me to do it?
The volume is rising, the tempo is getting faster. She appears to be reaching some sort of crescendo.
Yes.
Okay, the captain's going to grab the shotgun and...
I'll go to get ready to jump on Vyvyan just in case he tries to run away.
he's gonna move up and do some light clubbing.
You can see that she's watching you as you step towards her. She's not completely vacant. She's like, she's clearly concentrating, but she's not like totally absent.
Oh, okay. I thought she was distracting.
No, wouldn't have thought so.
I was imagining I could sneak up. The clubbing on the back of the head thing doesn't normally work if people can see you, I'd imagine.
As you step towards her, she says, "You're too late, you know."
Oh well, do it anyway. I don't know that I do know, to be honest, Clemmy. This all seems very... It's quite a lot. Can you stop, please? Whatever this is?
I can't stop. It's in motion now. It must happen. It will be messier than I wished, but it must happen.
Yeah, okay. The captain's going to draw his pistol and fire.
She is going to dive for cover.
Whoa!
68. Chumley misses.
And she has rolled a 4 on a D100. So she has successfully thrown herself to one side. So she sees your hand swinging up and dives out of the way. You are too slow, and your shot just flies past her and out into the sea.
But she's now on the ground to the side. Okay, well, it's a revolver, so I'm just going to fire again at her on the ground.
It's not your turn.
Come on, you can fire a revolver like bang, bang, bang.
Presumably the gunshot has woken me from my reverie, and I will be damned if I'm going to let the captain kill my mum now that I know that she's a powerful occultist who I can get the information for. So I'm going to turn around and attempt to tackle the captain.
Bear in mind, I was sort of like ready to tackle Vyvyan if he did.
Oh, three-way brawl!
I did say I'm going to be ready to tackle
yes.
Vyvyan.
Tackle the captain to the ground.
But presumably I need to avoid the tackle of the professor
I
first.
suppose you do. So, Professor
tackle.
and Vyvyan, you roll that, or you brawl.
What is it?
Yeah.
Brawl. Very nice. Okay, mine is a regular failure somehow, which is 75 against 25.
And Vyvyan's is a hard success, 12 against 25. Have that,
Edge
captain!
over
So
there.
I think with it being a hard success, I think that you're able to dodge his attempt to tackle and shove him off so that the professor falls backwards and lands heavily, which is going to put him...
Can I stiff arm him face into the ground?
All right.
Yes. I spent some time in the Americas.
Has all this at least given the captain some warning that some kind of attack is coming?
Yes, I think that Vyvyan can't surprise attack you in the way that he probably could have done previously.
Damn you, Professor.
The professor's efforts were not in vain.
Do you contested?
Okay.
Oh, it's an extreme success for Vyvyan.
And an extreme success for Captain Chumley.
It's the world's greatest fight.
So I think the initiator wins if you both get extreme successes.
So it's not done on strength and size and whatever.
Or who rolled best?
Or what? Hang on, you didn't roll best.
I rolled a 5.
Yeah, out of 25, proportionately, the 13's better.
It's exactly the same. It's a 50.
5 is lower, 5 is better.
That's level as well, which is insane.
So the person with the higher brawling skill.
Or the person with the lowest roll.
I would say the person most desperate, which is definitely Vyvyan at this point. But
So you've successfully tackled Chumley to the ground, pin him down. I think probably you've knocked the wind out of him, so he's not able to respond quickly. As you do that, your mother picks herself up off her hands and knees and starts scuttling away into the darkness.
Mother, don't go. I've stopped him. I've got them. He's incapacitated. I will not let you take this away from me, Captain.
With what she was doing, it sounded dangerous, Vyvyan.
Everything is dangerous. Money and power. They are the only constants. I'm tired of having neither.
You hear a voice from the darkness saying, "Take what away from you, Vyvyan?"
My birthright. The love of a parent.
And you hear a pause, and she says, "But it's already far too late, Vyvyan. Far too late for you.
It can change.
Why do you think I was trying to get rid of you, Vyvyan?
Because you wanted me to prove myself to you.
Because I don't need you as an heir any longer. I have another." And you can hear madness in her voice. "I have another child now.
I have the child of the great Father Dagon, Vyvyan. He is so much more than you. He is so much more than you could ever be. He is close to immortal. We have the kingdom under the sea and the kingdom on the land. We have more than you could ever offer, more than you could ever imagine. So why would I want you?
Captain, you can feel that all of the strength that Vyvyan exhibited has just evaporated. It's just like a wet noodle on top of you now. That's... No. No, Mother. I'm your son. You have to love me. It's the rules. And Vyvyan just starts to cry.
And you don't hear any more words, at least not any more words in English, from your mother. You hear a few further sing-song syllables from that language that's not like any language you've ever heard before. And then you hear silence. And then you see, from the depths of the water, you see shapes start to emerge. Dark shapes appearing from beneath the surface and then growing as they emerge. You've got time to do something.
We need to get the fuck out of here, guys. Vyvyan, you ain't winning your mother's love. We need to go.
Captain Chomodeley will sort of get himself to his feet, shake him off, see the things that are coming from the sea, and promptly agree with the professor.
Been such a fool.
We should run, I think, now.
You're right. We should leave. Let's go. Let's go!
Leave run.
And the group turn back towards the cliffs, and so they can no longer see what's coming out of the waves, and they cannot know what they are, or how many they are, or how close they are. They can only sprint. And as they do, we will leave it there. It's Grim Up North starred Chris O'Connell as Professor Aloyicius Parkins, Tom Patrick as the Honourable Vyvyan Wilmot, and Harry King as Captain James Chumley. Dave Windust was the Keeper of Arcane Lore. It's Grim Up North used Call of Cthulhu 7th edition rules, published by Chaosium and written by Mike Mason and friends. If you enjoyed this podcast, why not check out our main campaign, Small Embers, or our Mothership series, Dark Star, the galaxy's local service provider. To find these feeds, just search for Dice Company, wherever you get your podcast. The humans of Dice Company would like to thank the following sweethearts for their support. J. Hilda von Greenhorn. M. Corey Mack. Dave Patterson, Boy Genius. Sepulchre Stennett. Marky B. Jenny the War Camel. Stephen Sikora. Nori Gosler. Mickey Arnold. Happy Daddy Scotty. Tika. Rabbi Camel. Team #StayToxic, Path Pursuit, Paris Picard, Julia Zeno, Shovels, Queenie, and an extra special thanks to our members of the Council of the Rojan, the Red Right Hand, Shelby Cat, purveyor of exceptional dice, S.J. Phionics, Zeus Legion, Richard Ungermas, Mama Strange, Axel Runholm, and Chris from North London.
Thanks for listening. Please consider supporting Dice Company on Patreon, where for the price of a cup of coffee you get access to a whole other show, Extra Roll, as well as an ad-free listening experience. The Dice Company Discord server, along with our socials, can be found on our link tree in the show notes. If you enjoyed this chapter, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to recommend us to your friends. If you didn't like it, recommend us to your enemies. And we'll see you next time on Dice Company.